It was a sunny day on the island of Sodor. Thomas was chuffing along his branch line with Annie and Clarabelle. He decided to stop at a station where Sir Topham Hatt was waiting there for him. He had urgent news for Thomas. Thomas, you have been working very hard today and have been a really useful engine.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Now I have one other job for you. I need you to collect some trucks.
Yuck! They're dirty and nasty.
Really useful engines, don't argue, Thomas. Now step to it. So Thomas collected his trucks and he hurried down the line. He went to the docks. He knew Edward had been working there all day. He hurried along the line, and when he got there, he noticed Edward had been working very hard, and he was very, very tired.
Hello, Edward. You look very tired today.
I am. I have a lot of work here and there, and all these trucks I need to pull. Do you think you could help me, Thomas?
Of course, Edward. I would love to help you.
Well, there are these paint trucks I need to have pulled. If you could pull them in time for me, I would be very grateful. So Thomas had collected his truck and he headed down the line. He was making great time until there was trouble. Thomas was switched to the wrong line. In front of him was a long line of trucks. He biffed into them and paint flew all over the place. Thomas was covered in paint from funnel to footplate. He was very upset. Harvey had soon arrived on the scene, but he also brought with him Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas, you have caused confusion and delay. There is paint everywhere, and your train, the one you were supposed to take care of, is late. Thomas had set off for a washdown where he met James. Hey, Thomas! That's a good look for you. Maybe you should keep it.
Be quiet, James. There's no being fun covered in paint.
Suit yourself! James laughed as he puffed away. Thomas had gotten cleaned up and collected Annie and Clarabelle. He noticed something wrong with them. They looked old and worn out. He then realized that the paint was for all the trucks and coaches on the island. Thomas sped along the line as fast as he could, hoping Edward was still at the dockyards.
Edward, we need a new paint today.
I'm sorry, Thomas, but I don't have any paint. I heard about your accident, and the only place to get any paint is the depot. You better hurry. So Thomas hurried as quickly as he could to the depot. There he found a fresh coach full of paint. He quickly collected it and headed off to the yard works. He deposited the paint at the yard works and then headed home. Sir Topham Hatt visited Thomas at the end of the day. Well done, Thomas. You have proven to be a very useful engine. Thomas smiled.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.